3 NLP techniques that actually change your life. There is a lot of NLP hype out there, and most of it sounds impressive. Anchoring, some modalities, timeline therapy, reframing protocols. But here's the problem. Almost none of it gets used. People learn it, nod along, and then they go right back to reacting the same way they always have. So instead of overwhelming you with theory, I'm going to give you 3 NLP techniques that you can use the moment this video is over. Techniques that actually change how you feel, how you think, and how you show up. I've studied NLP for over a decade, and I've tested dozens of techniques on myself and with thousands of clients. And after all of that, I keep coming back to the same 3. Not because they're complicated, because they work faster than anything else I've found. And one of them takes less than 5 seconds and can completely shift your emotional state. By the end of this video, you'll have 3 techniques that you can use instantly to interrupt stress, to reframe negative thinking, and collapse the emotional weight of problems that feel bigger than they actually are. No theory, no fluff, just tools that work the moment you apply them. I'm Malhotra, and I help people clear the emotional blocks that keep them stuck so they can take back control of their mind, their energy, and their life. Now, what I'm about to walk you through isn't textbook NLP. These are the 3 techniques that I come back to again and again with my clients and in my own life because they produce real shifts fast. We're going to cover a state interrupt that changes your emotional state in seconds, spirals that break negative thought spirals on the spot, and a future frame technique that takes the charge out of problems almost instantly. I'll show you exactly when and how to use each one. Let's start with the one that works fastest, and I call this the state interrupt. Here's what most people do when they feel stress rising. They try to think their way out of it. They argue with the thought. They try to rationalize. They tell themselves to calm down, and it almost never works. Because here's what NLP taught me early on. Emotion follows physiology. Your body tells your brain how to feel, not the other way around. So when you feel anxiety building, when frustration starts to take over, when you notice yourself spiraling, don't try to fix the thought. Change your body. Stand up, move, shift your posture, slow your breathing down deliberately, roll your shoulders back, take up more physical space. You cannot stay in the same emotional state if you drastically change your physiology. It's almost impossible. And this isn't just an NLP trick. Your nervous system reads physical cues as signals of safety or threat. When you're hunched over, shallow breathing, tension in your jaw, your system reads that as danger, and it keeps you in fight or flight. When you shift your posture, open your chest, slow your breathing, your nervous system gets a new signal: safety. And once it registers safety, the emotional state shifts on its own. Shift the cue, shift the state. That's the principle, and it works in seconds, not minutes. Try this the next time you feel stress rising. Don't think, get up, move. Change your body first and watch what happens to the emotion. Now, the state interrupt is so powerful on its own, but there's a second technique that handles something the first one can't. Because sometimes the problem isn't in your body. Sometimes it's a thought that won't let go. That's where this next one comes in. The reframe question. Have you ever had one of those moments where someone doesn't reply to your message and your brain immediately goes to the worst possible interpretation? They're ignoring me. They're upset. I did something wrong. Your brain does this automatically. It defaults to the worst case story. Not because you're negative, because your nervous system is wired to scan for threats. It's a survival mechanism. But in modern life, it creates a lot of unnecessary suffering. So here's the technique. When you catch yourself spiraling, when your brain locks onto a negative interpretation, ask yourself one question: what else could this mean? That's it. 5 words, but they change everything. Let me show you why. Say someone doesn't reply to your text. Your brain says, they're ignoring me. Now ask, what else could this mean? Maybe they're busy. Maybe they didn't see it. Maybe they're dealing with something that has nothing to do with you. Notice what just happened. You went from one fixed story to multiple possibilities. When you have multiple possibilities, the emotional charge drops. You're no longer locked into a single painful narrative. Your perception widened, and wider perception equals less emotional charge. See, this works because your brain can't hold on to a rigid emotional reaction when you force it to consider alternatives. It's like breaking a trance. The negative story was hypnotizing you, and the question snaps you out of it. So the key is catching yourself early. The longer you sit in that first interpretation, the more real it feels. So the moment you notice a strong reaction to something, that's your cue. Ask the question, what else could this mean? I'm curious, where does your brain default to, worst case, the most? Is it relationships, work, money? Drop a comment and let me know. I read all of them. Now, these first two techniques handle what's happening in the moment. There's a third one that handles something different entirely. The problems that feel so heavy, you can't see past them. The ones that keep you up at night. But this is where it really gets interesting. The future frame collapse. This is the technique that surprises people the most because it's so simple that it almost seems like it shouldn't work, but it does every time. When you're facing a problem that feels overwhelming, when something in your life feels like a crisis, ask yourself this: in 5 years, how will I view this moment? Just sit with that for a second. Think about something that's stressing you out right now, something that feels big, heavy, urgent. Now imagine yourself 5 years from now looking back at this moment. How does it look from there? For most people, the answer is the same. It looks small. It looks manageable. It looks like something they got through. And here's what's happening in your brain when you do this. You're shifting from your reactive self to your observer self. When you're inside a problem, you're emotional, reactive, tunnel vision. But when you zoom out to a 5-year frame, you activate a completely different part of your brain. The part that sees patterns. The part that knows you've gotten through hard things before. The part that can actually make good decisions. That shift from reactive to observer instantly reduces emotional intensity. The problem doesn't change, but your relationship to it does. When you operate from the observer state, you make better decisions. You respond instead of react. You see options instead of walls. And this is one of the most powerful reframing tools in NLP. And most people have never heard of it. Use it anytime a problem feels bigger than you can handle. 5 years from now, how will I view this moment? Ask it and feel the weight start to lift. Now here's what ties all three of these together. None of them fight the mind. They're redirected. The state interrupt redirects your body, which redirects your emotion. The reframe question redirects your interpretation, which redirects your reaction. The future frame collapse redirects your perspective, which redirects the weight of the problem. So they work with your nervous system instead of against it. And that's why they stick. That's why they actually get used, unlike a lot of NLP techniques that sound great in a seminar and then collect dust. When you practice these consistently, something starts to shift at a deeper level. Your baseline emotional state stabilizes. You stop being at the mercy of every thought, every comment, every unexpected situation. You start operating from a steadier, calmer place. And here's something I've seen over and over with my clients. When your nervous system isn't constantly overloaded, these tools become even more powerful because they're not fighting against layers of stored emotional charge. They're working on a clean system. And that's when the real transformation happens. If you've been carrying years of built-up stress, old reactions, unresolved tension, these techniques will still help you. But imagine how much more powerful they become when that stored charge from the past is cleared first. Now that's the difference between managing your state and mastering it. Now these three techniques will absolutely change how you handle stress and negative thinking in the moment. But there's a reason some people use tools like these and get results fast, while others feel like they're constantly fighting an uphill battle. Now it comes down to something that I call the energy cube, and most people have no idea how much stored emotional charge is draining them before they even start their day. I break down exactly how it works and how to start clearing it in this video right here. If you're serious about making these NLP techniques work at their full potential, that's the piece you're missing.